spoken on this candidate, then I'll go to Prasannaji. You know, these sort of resignations really spoil the mood.
Well, I mean, it's a bad optic, but frankly, Kartike, in the Boro Territorial Council of the 15 assembly seats, Congress is hardly a player. They're a marginal player. The fight there would be between the Boro People's Front, which is an ally of the BJP, and that's the interesting bit, and UPPL, United People's Party Liberal, which is again an ally of the BJP, except that in this assembly election, they haven't formed the alliance. So, in the case of BJP, I mean, heads you win, tails you lose. I mean, in the sense that, they will, whichever party, BJP itself is contesting on 4 and 11 to the Boro People's Front. So that's how they have broken up the 15. But let's say if UPPL wins a few seats, even that will come to the kitty of the BJP.
Okay, that will come to the kitty of the BJP. Prasannaji, tell me, has the shift in Assam politics taken place? You know, 2016, I remember when I went there, they were the slogan was Khilonjiya Sarkar. That was the word that was being used by Ram Madhav and his team. Those were the articles, the government for the indigenous by the indigenous. Then came Sarbanand Sonowal, then the entire part, the baton shifted to Hemanta Biswa Sarma, and he started projecting himself, as Brijesh was saying, as a very strong Hindu face like Yogi Adityanath. Hindu Hriday Samrat, and he took on the issue of SIR, the Mia, land jihad. Do you think that that is what is working for BJP in Assam?
It would have worked for BJP if Hemanta Biswa Sharma would not have parceled out land to Adanis and Ambanis and to private sector. The way privatization has happened in Assam and the attendant corruption, which has given a kind of a facelift to many of the unknown ruling elite who are part of the ruling party as well. That has created a different impression that this whole idea of land jihad and all that is ultimately to give out the land to non-indigenous people, to Marwaris, to Biharis, to Gujaratis. And this has created a different sense of crisis in Lower Assam. As far as Ahom people are concerned, they are far more rooted on the ground, and they found it a kind of a destabilizing move of their own identity. Their Karenghor, Ronghor is going to be controlled by outsiders now. And this has become a very important issue. In Assamese understanding of history, the role of Mama is not very positive. The Mama was killed by Lachit Barphukan because Mama was reluctant and negligent to fight the enemy. So therefore, the whole idea of Mama symbolism is not really working on the ground. And then this other factor of minority voters. Bengali Muslim voters still will dominate around 45 seats. And their swing will decide which party will come to power. As Sandeep ji was pointing out about Bodoland, in Bodoland, UPPL definitely has a swing. Anti-incumbency towards BPF and BJP is acting in favor of UPPL. And this time it may not be that easy that UPPL will just join the BJP. There will be hard bargain. In Karbi Anglong too, there is a huge kind of an anti-incumbency. In Dima Hasao, there is an anti-incumbency. In Barak Valley, there is an anti-incumbency. So there is an anti-incumbency counter wave in Assam, with Congress buttressing the allegations of corruption on a particular family.
Okay.
So it's not an easy walk. It's a tightrope walk for BJP at this moment.
Okay, you are saying it's a tightrope walk. Okay, my second theme, which I said I'm going to discuss, SIR has been behaving differently in different states. It did not work for Congress and Lalu sir in Bihar, but I don't know how it's working for Mamta Banerjee in West Bengal, where more than 92 lakh people are out of the list. I don't know. I don't know how SIR exercise would work in other states. So, Dr. Chaudhary, how has SIR an issue or an exercise panned out in Assam? Madam, can you unmute yourself? Can you unmute yourself?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
So this election, the scenario is completely different. As they have mentioned, Mr. Pukan have also mentioned that and Mr. Prasanjit have also mentioned the indigenous sentiments of Assam have taken a different route. Previously, during the BJP party, we have always seen that it was the development, and in the name of development, things were given to the people who are not the indigenous people from Assam, and that has created a resentment in the state actually. So Congress, with all its alliance, have taken the issues, and now they are taken up the issues which are for the pro Assamese, they are looking into the issues which are for the people of Assam. They're looking into these things, and as far as during the BJP government, what happened is that, as far as my opinion, what I say is that there are the switching off of all the strong candidates from the Congress to the BJP has also that was also a calculative move. It was a more of a political strategy because the contestants who were very strong for the Congress have been switched to BJP. Then that move have also brought a resentment among all the people of Assam actually, and the scenario what you see right now is.
Dr. Chaudhary, Dr. Chaudhary, we can talk about the nitty-gritties, but I have seen that in the last 10 years, Sandeep, what has really worked is in the mobile plus Hindutva plus welfare, the welfare mechanism dominates. Now, I want you to break down, before I go to George and Nirmal, this 1,600 rupee which have been transferred by the Assam government to every household, targeted.
And mind you, this has always worked for the incumbent government.
Targeted campaign for women. It worked with Latki Behna, Ladli Behan scheme, Madhya Pradesh. It worked in Maharashtra. It has worked everywhere. Bihar it has worked. So I want your assessment on that. This targeted welfare scheme, which is cutting across caste, community, various other denominators.
Absolutely. Kartike, you look at the fact that the Congress was forced to, in their own manifesto, they have mentioned that if they come to power, they will also be giving 1250 rupees and 50,000 rupees one-time grant to start businesses. All this is actually essentially, on the one hand, Congress has been criticizing the BJP government in Assam, saying that there is a lot of debt on per capita because of the borrowing that the Assam government is doing uh, without adequate revenue generation, because of the borrowing that it is doing to pay for these schemes. But look, end of the day, people who are receiving money, they are very happy with it. As I mentioned earlier on, there is a scheme called Orunodoy, which means, literally, it means sunrise. In Assamese, it means, sunrise. So under the Orunodoy scheme, uh, different kinds of welfare schemes have been given. And that has, I completely agree with you that, to break it down, it has dominated the election. I mean, as you have brilliantly put it, it was Hindutva plus cash transfer. Then also the Himanta Biswa Sarma government tried to give a lot of employment as well. And by and large, these have been controversy free. People who have applied, they have got in the due process. So, and that is how they were focusing on the narrative. See, one reason why we see the chief minister losing his cool in recent times after that Pawan Khera press conference,
Yes.
is because that quickly changed the narrative. See, whether it translates into vote or not, that I'm not going to say. I mean, I can't predict. Whether these are genuine documents, again, I'm not going to comment on that because that's a matter of investigation. It'll be unfair to comment on this way or that way. But what has happened is that suddenly it has shifted the narrative. In the last 4 days, Kartike, from the 5th till today, people have been only talking. I mean, BJP has been talking, defending, trying to give, you heard even the national president in that interview saying that ये passport game क्या होगा,
Yes.
इसका नतीजा हम देखेंगे, लेकिन ये साफ हो जाएगा.
Absolutely.
So the fact that the national president also had to respond to these charges means that the Congress belatedly tried to shift the narrative. And the reason I would say they have done this is because I think they deep down they know, and it's a fact, whether it's Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, all these women-centric schemes have literally worked for the ruling party. I would say, Kartike, I mean, at some point, I for one, strongly believe that there is nothing wrong in welfare schemes. Because if you give to industrialists, then you say that these are fiscal stimulus. But when you give to common citizens, you call them SOPs. Why?
Absolutely.
They also need help, and I am all for it.
And now let me begin this segment by a breaking news. Suren Daimari, the Congress candidate for Udalguri, has resigned from the party just a day before the assembly elections, citing a lack of support and betrayal by the leadership. So that's coming in. So he must have resigned yesterday. A little bit from Sandeep Pukan on this candidate. Then I'll go to Prasannaji. These sort of resignations really spoil the mood.
Well, I mean, it's a bad optic, but frankly, Kartike, in the Boro Territorial Council of the 15 assembly seats, Congress is hardly a player. They're a marginal player. The fight there would be between the Boro People's Front, which is an ally of the BJP, and that's the interesting bit, and UPPL, United People's Party Liberal, which is again an ally of the BJP, except that in this assembly election, they haven't formed the alliance. So in the case of BJP, I mean, heads you win, tails you lose. I mean, in the sense that, they will, whichever party, BJP itself is contesting on 4 and 11 to the Boro People's Front. So that's how they have broken up the 15. But let's say if UPPL wins a few seats, even that will come to the kitty of the BJP.
Okay, that will come to the kitty of the BJP. Prasannaji, tell me, has the shift in Assam politics taken place? 2016, I remember, when I went there, the slogan was Khilonjiya Sarkar. That was the word that was being used by Ram Madhav and his team. Those were the articles, the government for the indigenous, by the indigenous. Then came Sarbanand Sonowal, then the entire party, the baton shifted to Hemanta Biswa Sarma, and he started projecting himself, as Brijesh was saying, as a very strong Hindu face like Yogi Adityanath. Hindu Hriday Samrat, and he took on the issue of SIR, the Mia, land jihad. Do you think that is what is working for BJP in Assam?
It would have worked for BJP if Hemanta Biswa Sharma would not have parceled out land to Adanis and Ambanis and to private sector. The way privatization has happened in Assam and the attendant corruption, which has given a kind of a facelift to many of the unknown ruling elite who are part of the ruling party as well. That has created a different impression that this whole idea of land jihad and all that is ultimately to give out the land to non-indigenous people, to Marwaris, to Biharis, to Gujaratis. And this has created a different sense of crisis in Lower Assam. As far as Ahom people are concerned, they are far more rooted on the ground, and they found
in Armala constituency, we will win with a very clear majority more than we got back in 2021. LDF definitely will get the third chance because all the developmental projects, the government.
Do you think that left can go for a hat-trick, or Pinarayi Vijayan is in a bit of a spot this time?
Good morning. In Kerala, this is a very close fight going on between LDF and UDF, and BJP also is trying to gain more votes and more percentage of votes plus few seats also. This can change, this elections, as you all know, Pinarayi Vijayan-led LDF is trying for a hat-trick, the third time on the plank of development in Kerala, because practically last LDF government has done something on the development front, that better schools, better hospitals, and better roads. These directly can be seen in Kerala, whoever come to. But other issues like Shabarimala, LDF is trying to, whatever LDF is trying, UDF is trying to, go against this because there was a clear advantage for UDF when the election, before the elections were announced. But later on, when the polling comes very close, today, exactly when today, it seems it is very close now. The shift in few percentage of votes in the Christian community, the Idava community, and the Nair community. Basically, these three are the major plus Muslims. This Muslim community seems to be very close to Congress and UDF this time. Majority of Muslim votes will go to, definitely will go to Congress. But the other, it seems to be a split, especially in the Idava community, which is one of the most dominant community in Kerala with almost 23% of votes. And earlier they were always been an ally or with siding with the LDF or CPM, because CPM and CPI are the biggest Hindu party in Kerala with the majority of Idavas supporting them. Now the Idava leader, SNDP Yogam President Vellapalli Nadeshan is with Pinarayi Vijayan, but his son and his party, BDJS, Tushar Vellapalli and BDJS, is an ally of NDA and BJP. This seems that, there will be a clear division of votes among Idavas this time. And there is earlier, the Nair community, another dominant group in the Hindu upper caste. The NSS president, Sukumaran Nair, is definitely siding LDF. He is openly saying that, but majority or a sizable section are with the UDF and some are with the NDA. There is a clear split among these votes.
Okay, so
that happens in the Christian votes also.
Okay, you're saying it's happening in the Christian votes also. Nirmal, your opening comments, is that the case in Kerala?
No, I believe there is a strong anti-incumbency. I know the surveys show otherwise, but the facts don't show the same thing, because from 2021, the last time that LDF won, yes, they won, had a better victory than 2016, won by 99 seats in 2021, only 91 seats in 2016. That has never happened in the history of Kerala. But after that, if you look at each of the by-elections that came in 22, 23, 24, in different places, either the UDF accumulated more votes or the left lost a considerable amount of votes. Rikakara was won by election. Now, these are all indicators. Rikakara, the UDF candidate, won with double the number of votes. Puducherry won with fourfold number of votes. Nilambur, we got back Nilambur. So if you look at each by-election after that, there was clear anti-incumbency. Either the LDF lost a substantial amount of votes or the UDF gained a substantial amount of votes. Plus, if you look at the Lok Sabha elections, in 2024, UDF made a clean sweep, 18 seats. LDF only managed to get one, that too in Alatur. I would argue that's those are, most of which are personal votes, because it was a very strong candidate with a very strong legacy in the region. Even in the local body elections, which the LDF dominated for the last 25 years, they were decimated this year. So I don't understand what changed from December 2025 to April 2026, where there was nothing substantial done by the left government in those 3 months that could change the results of the survey. I'm really surprised by the surveys that were put out by media outlets in Kerala. Even I doubt the credibility of that, because when I talk to independent pollsters, I've been friends with a lot of independent pollsters in Kerala. They tell me a different story. They tell me it's either 80 to 85 seats for the UDF, a maximum of 60 seats for the LDF. Because for a common man, if you want to look at the facts, these are the facts. Every election after 2021, LDF has lost a considerable amount of votes. Plus, there have been a considerable amount of controversies. Shabarimala Gold, the Global Ayyappa Sangamam, their shift in positions with certain religious communities, and the fallout of the health sector, public health sector, has really had a big fallout. So all of this is visible to people. So I don't think there is going to be a hat trick. If that happens, I would say, I know this is a very wild statement to make. I would not accept Kerala to be the most literate state in India. I will definitely not, because that would show that they have fallen for the PR works. See, I don't side with BJP or Congress. As a citizen who has lived here for the past 10 years, it is a shame if they win, because they have had their fair share of controversy and they deserve to lose, in my opinion. But the surveys, I have no idea how it came about, where at least 3 or 4 surveys showed that the LDF would win comfortably. I don't think that's
the
a story.
surveys can go anywhere. You were part of the show when the surveys were saying that the Congress is going to sweep Haryana, and when the results came, everything went all right. And now I'm going to open this debate to all of you on theme-based issues. It's not going to be about Kerala, Puducherry or Assam anymore. SIR issue, leadership issue, the leadership issue within the Congress in Kerala, the larger issues plaguing both Bharatiya Janata Party, EC versus all the regional parties. But we'll take them up after a short break. But before that, a lot of reactions have come from Kerala. Let me play them out for you. And yes, one from Pradyut Bordoloi from Assam also.
Extremely important day. It's an extremely important election. I am very happy that I am able to be a part of it as a voter. I'm happy that I'm a part of it as a candidate in Nemam. And I'm happy and I'm very pleased to be and honored to be a part of it as the chairman of the NDA as well. So on many levels, I'm extremely honored and privileged to be participating in this very, very important election in Kerala's political history. And I am requesting every voter to come out, participate in these elections, vote in these elections, and make your vote about change, make your vote about the future of Kerala. I am 100% sure already you can see parties like the Congress Party and the CPM forced to talk about Vikasanam. 6 months ago, 10 months ago, they were talking about everything else. They were trying to create controversies. They were lying through their teeth, trying to distract people. They are forced by the BJP